Hello everyone and welcome to episode 25 of the TEW9 Road to Glory Safe here on the channel in the Seaverse, as Sin City Grappling has its Night of Sin 34 show, which of course we would be at 36 shows now, which is kind of crazy to think. I feel like, again, we have just gotten started. We did lose 15 bucks, which, it is what it is. We did, as far as, running a free show and only losing $15, I would say that's a huge win. Literally no ticket sale revenue. We did get actually the most merch we've gotten in a while since January, so that's nice. But we're getting around 2.5 as far as 2,500, around that, give or take, depending on who's showing up to the shows and whatnot, who's getting drove in and whatnot. But there has been a couple of people, which you see the morale issues. And that is because a couple of people wanted more on their contract, like Jason Van Pelt and Chris McGrath. Which Jason Van Pelt now is making 98 bucks. Yeah, and I think McGrath is kind of, he's got the same deal. So that's tough because they were making only like 30, 40 bucks. So we were definitely getting them on a bit of a steal of a deal. But it is what it is. It's kind of the unfortunate thing is guys get more popular, money and value goes up, so their contracts get renegotiated. That's basically what happened with our first group of talent. But for this show, of course, we see our winner of Kumite 3, as we will be seeing the winner, Christopher Rubberball, taking on Goro Hatamoto, our BMF champ. We'll also be seeing the former champion, Jules the Sandman Knight, taking on the runner-up, the finalist, in Buffalo Bill Rothschild, and so much more on the show, as we have 6 matches lined up, ready to go. Again, I want to make sure people are getting some training done, so we're just going to keep on rolling. We are at over 300 people capacity. We have sold out the Piper Casino. My God. How we have started, I think we first, we're going to have a girl show up. I have thought about bringing in a women's division. That's definitely kind of the first, I think, big expansion I want to do with the rosters. Start a women's division, because I think it'd be something fun and different to do. Because there are a couple of good, as far as girls to use for that type of, I don't think there's any former MMA girls. That'd be cool, but there's a lot of, awesome kind of Joshis and just kind of some tough-ass girls out there in the Seaverse. But yeah, we got 8 people showing up for the basic and safety training drills. That's nice. Ernie Holmes and Stipe Mirowitz almost fought. Not the guy to be fucking with. As far as Ernie is very, very big. I think we're not going to inspire anybody. I think we're going to just pocket that. Because I think we're going to have a pretty good show. We're also going to have a rematch from Scott Hammer Hadley and Hurricane Igor Rosa, which was fun to do the first time around. Now we'll see in an actual contest where, as far as maybe Hurricane will actually take him seriously this time. We're also going to see Kano Morimasa taking on Jason Van Pelt. That's a good little undercard matchup. Same thing for Quick Kick Nikeo and John Snyder, which I think is going to be the match before the co-main. Because John Snyder's great. And in the opening contest, though, this is going to be terrible. Ernie Holmes and Rodney Bruck, as Rodney's back with us. And Ernie Holmes, of course, a giant individual. Hasn't gotten his first win yet, but maybe that'll change here tonight. So we'll book our main event first, which for the BMF title. Okay, we already got that set. So Goro Hatamoto will be beating Christopher Ball, so that will be another successful defense. I believe he is now up to 2, yes. So he still is in 3rd for most offenses, but he will tie Jules Knight with his next one, if he's successful, of course. Which, speaking of Jules Knight, he will beat Buffalo Bill Rothschild. So Buffalo Bill, even though he had a great run in the Kumite, obviously making it to the finals, falls short here to Jules Knight, as, we're good on the order. I thought we were going to have to reorder it. Quick Kick to KO and John Snyder, which Snyder's going to get the win here. He's going to jump up to 7. 8-1, so he's almost at 500 again. Snyder, he was as far as he was a part of the Kumite. He lost to Buffalo Bill in the second round. So maybe a rematch there, as far as in a regular Sin City grappling matchup is kind of the plan. Kato Morimasa and Jason Van Pelt. Jason Van Pelt, 3-0 in some impressive wins along the way. This will be the Steal the Show matchup as well. Oh, so we have Kato as the agent. Looks like it's going to be McGrath. We'll have Scott Hammer Hadley and Hurricane Igor Rosa. And we're going to see a DQ finish. Basically, Scott is going to get, again, try to go for those takedowns early, trying to just grind out and ground and pound Igor Rosa again, and potentially just try to dump him with another double leg as far as that, the high angle takedown that he did in our previous show, where he dropped him on his head and finished him with it off of that, as far as being able to knock him out with it. Now for this time around, Igor is not going to be cutting a promo or anything. He's squared up, ready to go already. He's not going to turn his back to him. But, he is the Hammer, and he shot him pretty hard right at the beginning of the match. Didn't stop him. Igor doesn't stop him, but what he does do is he at least is able to kick him off of him eventually. But when they get back up, he just doesn't even waste any time. He throws that left hook, and he knocks him out with it. So even though he loses here, and he's going to be 0-2, which is a tough start, he does knock somebody out cold. And it looks like that is something that he is more worried about than maybe wins and losses, which is crazy, because again, the idea for this too would be winning would give you a higher purse as well. So that kind of idea to take over from mixed martial arts, and that's kind of the idea of also what professional wrestling was kind of based off of. A lot of the 70s and even some of the early 80s, you'd have guys talk about that during their programs with people as far as wanting to go to the pay window after that big win. And this is, it's an interesting story. We've had guys get DQs before, but nothing kind of quite like this, or maybe it's more frustration, maybe it's an ego thing, but he is not taking any shit from the Hammer. And then Ernie Holmes will be beating Rodney Brook, even though Rodney is an actual MMA fighter. Ernie Holmes, but he's 6'8", 300 pounds? Yeah, 308. It's a big motherfucker. He needs a win, even though he's not really that good. He could use the win in the worst of ways. So the idea for Night of Sin 35, to kind of go and see what the future is holding for that show. We will do the rematch between Jules and Goro Hatamoto, which now, I believe they've only had the one match. I believe. We'll take a look, because I know they have of course been here pretty much the whole time. Both guys, obviously. All the way down there. Oh, wow, yeah, they've only had the one match. So, it's a fun rematch, since they've only had the one match against each other. And, he's coming off a win over Buffalo Bill. He, of course, this will be his 12th win, as you see there. It'll be 12-5-2. It's a hell of a record. Goro will be at 10 wins, though. He'll be at 10-7-1. And she is now the second person to have 10 wins. Snyder will jump up to 7, of course. And I think Kato's got 5. Oh, yeah, he's got 5. 5-9-2. That is kind of tough, though, for Kato Morimasa. He is 40 years old, but he's still pretty solid for somebody that age. But yeah, and then Hammer will jump up to 2-0, but getting knocked out. Jason Van Pelt will be 3-0 off of that win. Which, as far as for Scott Hadley, with him being knocked out, I kind of want him to be out for Night of Sin 35. Maybe have him attack Hurricane Igor Rosa, just as far as after the match type of thing. Maybe we even push that to Night of Sin 36, where it's a Sin City street fight type of thing. I kind of like that idea. Do a little mini kind of program for both those guys. But yeah, I think we're good to go to run the show now. Oh my god. Oh, what? Awful. I mean, cooled the crowd. Terrible way to start the show. And Rodney Brook has bruised his tailbone. He gets an 8. At least Ernie Holmes had a 17. It's kind of crazy. I mean, the wrestling rating was a 13, but just the crowd hated this. Oh my god. Oh yeah, Rodney Brook bruising his tailbone here. Yeah, I mean, finish gets bombed here as well. So back to back, just shit finishes. Yeah, again, it wasn't gonna be with a DQ. I don't know what happened here, where it just didn't do it. But yeah, again, Igor was gonna win by an illegal strike, knocking him out with that left hand. And then for Kato Morimasa and Jason Van Pelt, Jason Van Pelt gets the win. Wow. As Kato Morimasa just phoning it in. Pretty terrible, but at least he did great. Jason Van Pelt, 47. Good shit there. Another 41. John Snyder gets the one with the stretch muffler in 5 minutes. Boy, this show has died a death. An absolute death. Maybe the co-main will save it. It did not, because they don't have chemistry. So that's tough. But it's still 55. Not terrible, but yeah, the crowd just not happy at all. But a scissors armbar for Jules Knight, too. That's a huge win. Obviously, the really big thing for me is I would want Jules to get the win. I love that rear naked choke for kind of a smaller guy, because you could jump on his back. And it's just an exciting finish, because somebody can pull a Bigelow Taz spot where they fall and even go through the ring potentially if we ever want to do something crazy like that. Or obviously back them up into the buckle. There's so many different ways you can get out of that. Or even just slamming them outright. Mick Foley and Taker kind of did that spot. And King of the Ring 98 as far as through the tax. But trying to think what else you could kind of do off of that. Because you could kind of do like a backpack stunner type of move, but that's kind of There's a lot of different things you could do, though. How that, the rear naked choke, or just flat out, break the hooks in, rotate them over, and kind of do that DDT out of that when you got them up. Like that, that'd be kind of cool as well. The old kind of rampage DDT, what they, I think, she used to just call it, Paige would call it the rampage. But, Go Hatamoto, beating Christopher Ball. Still unclear on the crowd. 51, though, isn't terrible for what we're kind of going for. Again, we had some pretty decent matches and segments for the crowd being absolutely pissed off at the first 2 matches. But yeah, we increased our popularity. We got there with our co-main and main. This should have been way better, but obviously Kato was like, fuck it. I'm not going out there and trying. What a huge leap, though, from 1 to 11 and then into the 40s and 50s. I knew it was going to be bad. Didn't think it was going to be a 1. That's the way she goes with some of that young talent. Kato, I mean, I don't want to bury him, so maybe we'll try to be like, hey, man, what's going on, buddy? Here's a hug. Maybe that'll help you out. JVP has been incredible. Let's actually give it to Goro. He hasn't been told he's been awesome in a hot minute. So hopefully that'll help him out here. Yeah, the bruised tailbone, he's only going to be out for... he can't work through it, so yeah, it'll be fine. I figured so. God damn, we made almost $2,000 off ticket sales. Crazy. Yeah, we basically just net lost the show and cost in half of the marketing because the merch covered the other half. That's not too bad, though. We're going to make a good bit of money off of our merch, or not our merch, our sponsorships, and we increased our popularity, so that is good as well. We might eventually start running some Mid-South shows, but at the same time, I don't know if there's another casino type of thing, but I kind of like running it, obviously, in Vegas, so maybe not. It's just weird, because it is Sin City Grappling, like, it can't really go anywhere else. We're kind of pigeonholed with that name. We're very much a local to regional company, if that. I would say it's just local to Vegas. But that will do it, though, for this episode. Thank you all for watching, and we'll catch you guys next time for Night of Sin 35. Take care, everyone.